Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am your host, Boss Lady Star, and today in the building we have Tim Mitchell. I'm sitting up here so I can read y'all comments as y'all come through. Hello. So I'll be able to read your comments as they come up, and if you have any questions for Tim, then please put them on the screen and I'll be able to read them back. But we're going to start off with our guest. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys being here today. I want to first start off by saying congratulations to all the winners last week for Mother's Day. So hopefully you guys have received your gifts by now, your items. And if you have not, just keep on looking out for them in the mail. They should be there this week if you haven't received them already. But congratulations to all the mothers that won last week. So as I said, my name is Boss Lady Star. And once again, we have Tim Mitchell in the building. So we're going to get this live interview started. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. I'm going to try to go back and forth and read the comments, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, Tim Mitchell.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good. I'm good.
Good. I appreciate you taking time off of your Sunday to do this interview. I have so many different questions for you, but we're going to start off. I want to start off with affiliated basketball first. And then we can go into affiliated clothing because I want to go around and show, your merchandise as well. But we have time to do that.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I would like to take this time and talk to you about affiliated basketball. So when did affiliated basketball come into play for you?
I mean, actually, affiliated basketball, I was going to drop it around last September, October. Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, I had several college cats wearing the brand.
Okay.
And I went out to Vegas for the NBA Summer League with a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Did a whole lot of networking, a lot of contacts. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be perfect.
Right.
Because, unfortunately, during the pandemic, a lot of the guys, there were no fans in the stands. There were no, everything was closed.
Right.
Nobody on campus and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to move forward a little bit. I said, all right, I'll drop it around. That was in August. I was out at NBA Summer League. I said, okay, I've been working on it. I can drop it around September, October. Mm-hmm. At the time, I already got some guys wearing it. So at that time, the NIL stuff came into play.
Okay.
So that was a gift and a curse. I mean, I was a broke college student. I played football.
Okay.
And so I understand.
Right.
But what it did was, I remember getting a call from one particular cat that I had wearing the brand. And he was like, Tim, hey, I love the brand. I want to keep wearing it, but. As soon as he said, but, I knew where it was going.
Right.
He said, okay, not only do I need free gear,
right,
but I'm going to need.
Right.
I need that every month.
Right.
I mean, I'm a upstart. I'm just getting started in this game.
Right.
So, whenever I do, give away free gear, I mean, if I give away if I give away one of these sweatsuits that my tech fleece that I got online for $150, $175, I mean, it takes money to produce that.
Right.
So I'm already giving away money. So you said on top of this, I gotta cut a check.
Right.
I can't afford that.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember my original plan for the sports part of the brand was the kids.
Right.
But I got, talking to some college cats and stuff like that.
Right.
So I had kind of shied away from it. So when the NIL deal came to play, I said, okay, I can't pay these cats.
Right.
So I'm gonna pivot back to what I was originally gonna do.
Right.
So what you guys see me doing with affiliated basketball? You see, I got 4th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, 10th graders, but they all grade school kids.
Right.
I mean, I got a film from a kid that's 4 years old that's already dribbling a basketball.
Nice.
So I said, okay, I don't have to pay them.
Right.
And they wearing the brand because they like it, for
right.
the love of the brand. It ain't got nothing to do with paying me and this, that, and the other. So I said, okay, I can put it on these kids. And what I'm doing, I'm building. I'm taking them from a pup.
Right.
You know, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. I'm building brand loyalty. You know, because they coming in early.
Right.
And then, you know, my first particular young lady, you know, 7th grader, La. And, you know, she was my
7th
first.
grade?
7th grade.
The one that the basketball player that's on your...
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
7th grade.
she's a beast.
7th grade. So she was my first athlete. I remember talking with her dad. I'm like, okay, Lala's going to be my first.
Right.
And we're going to build from there. You know, so if you got a 6th grader, 7th grader,
right,
that's getting pretty much like, okay, I'm wearing my own brand, you know, so it gives them some exclusivity from wearing the brand, then that's going to make a friend. Like,
right,
hey, I want to be a part of affiliated basketball.
Right.
So my DM started getting flooded with kids.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, okay, I got to talk to your parents.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
I got to talk to your parents, you know, to let them know, hey, what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, so they won't think, you know, anything crazy or whatnot.
Right. Right.
Because of the direction I'm going. And this direction I'm going is untapped.
Right.
Because unless you're a 5-star kid, the big three, as I call them, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, they're not looking at you.
Right.
You know, so it's giving me a lane pretty much to myself, you know, with the kids and with the brand,
right,
for what I'm trying to do. So you taking a kid and giving him, I'm providing the same exposure that they would get from one of the bigger brands.
Right.
But another thing that I'm also doing is, and it's more than just basketball. When I send out my bios, you know, it's questions like, what you want to do outside of basketball.
Right. That was my next question, so don't go into that yet. Let me say hi to some people that have joined us first. No doubt. If you guys are just joining us, thank you guys for joining in today. I am Boss Lady Star. Today we are interviewing Tim Mitchell, CEO of Affiliated Basketball and Affiliated the clothing line. We're going to go into any questions that you guys have. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I'll go back and forth and I will read the questions. And then if you're having a hard time hearing or anything like that, just let me know so I can adjust the volume. But at the same time, we're diving in and we're talking about affiliated basketball. Hey, P. Alexander, how are you? Thank you for joining. We're going to definitely answer all questions today. So if you have any questions for Tim about affiliated basketball, what he does and how he gets into the community, we're going to dive into all of that. But thank you guys for joining, and we're going to go back into it. So, yes, you said a lot of people ask you that question, which is, what do you plan on doing afterwards? But I wanted to stick with it, not the afterwards part, but what you're doing. So you find these kids that like the sport in itself. They enjoy playing the sport. And then you know, whether you approach them or they come and approach you and say, hey, I like your gear. And then you're signing them up to wear your gear, right?
Yes.
And then the steps to going forward from that. So I noticed you're like everywhere. Some of the footage that I've seen, you've been in different states and different cities. You're traveling all over and you're, you know, signing these kids up. And the ones that are interested, when they sign up with you, then what happens?
I mean, it's pretty much, I just want them to, and I want them to wear the brand.
Right.
So they're wearing the brand, they're promoting it. It's no different than what Nike,
like you said, all the top three,
Under Armour are doing. It's doing in that lane. You know, so just wear the brand, just post, but more importantly, you know, their grades.
Right.
You know, people like I had a question. Tim, what kind of kid you want? Man,
right.
we want a good kid.
Right.
You
right.
know, I mean, I got a call, you know, he's like, Tim, man, you know, this kid, you know, he's averaging about 28 points a game, but he ain't going to class.
Right.
I mean, we want to stress the importance of education.
Right.
And I say that to say that, you know, I know individuals that's 23, 24 years old, played college ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that they don't have any eligibility left, they're not in the NBA. You can't just go overseas now because that's
right.
tough.
Right.
You know, so you stuck here in the United States with no skills.
Right.
So what's next?
Exactly.
So, I mean, you gotta have something to fall back other than sports.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I'm doing some camps this summer, and I was talking to one individual that got me coming into a camp, You know, he like, well, who you gonna bring with you? You know, cool. I can call my guy and say, hey man, I need a kid. You know, I need player X, player Y, player Z, and we can work that out. But more importantly to me, I know doctors.
Right.
I got a best friend that's a doctor, best friend that's a lawyer, best friend that's an architect, best friend that's an engineer. I can easily bring an athlete, but I'm gonna bring a regular guy. My guy that's an attorney, he drives a Benz. He got a $1 million home,
right?
Just like a guy that's in the league, but he didn't have to go to the league
to get it.
To get it.
Right.
I like I said, I got friends that's lawyers, that's doctors, that's engineers. I got a friend that own trucking companies. I got a friend that own his own plumbing company.
Right.
That's own his own HVAC company. These are the guys that I want to come in and talk to my kids.
Right.
Because they can explain everyday life. It's 30 NBA teams. It's 12 players per team. It's less than 350 NBA players.
Right.
I was at summer league. I was in 3 different gyms on a Saturday. First gym I went to, it was 2,500, 3,000 kids. Second gym I went to was another 1,500, 2,000 kids. Last gym I went to, Christian Academy, was 800 kids.
Right.
That's one city, 3 gyms, 5,000 kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not gonna rain on little Johnny,
right?
Little Lisa,
right?
Basketball dreams,
right?
But we want them to have something other than basketball to fall back on.
And I think that's very important. Like I said, what you're doing and going out and getting to know not only the kids, but letting them know that there's something else besides sports. That's very important. So if you have some type of mentorship that you're setting up with, like you said, your other friends that do something besides just the sport, you're letting them know. You're letting them know that, hey, there's more to it than that.
Exactly.
You know, so yes, enjoy the sport. Yes, wear the gear. But at the same time, also, hey, you know, just be mindful that there's this, and that. You know, I have a 16-year-old son, and I always tell him the importance of, yes, getting your schoolwork done, but also thinking forward. So, hey, what do you want to do, you know what I'm saying, in the future? I'm not trying to drill it in your head that you have to do it right now, but start thinking ahead, and these are the different things that you can do.
Exactly.
So it's good that you're giving them some type of outlet, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey, yes, I do enjoy basketball, but, you know, not only can I do basketball, I can be a business owner. I can be a part of affiliated, you know what I'm saying? So I can be, you know, I can do a different parts of work and get into different fields and career fields. And so that's very important.
Exactly.
So I'm going to touch back into what people are asking you, which is what I wanted to ask you as well, as far as what did you want to do going forward with the brand itself. So you kind of touched into it a little bit. So once you're letting these people come in, not the people, but the kids come in, and then they're working with, like, during the mentorship program, if you're offering those two things to them, is there some type of employment that can come later on with affiliated, or like what do you see going forward, like as far as the kids that stick around and they're your day ones, and then they graduate and they're like, okay, look, I didn't make it to the NBA or WNBA, but you know, I've been rocking with you all this time. Like, what can you see going forward?
Well, I've already started.
Okay.
I mean, if you know, for those who've been looking at the content for affiliated basketball, the content is done by a 12-year-old.
Right. Okay.
So my creative content guy is Cam is 12.
12. Okay.
EJ is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce and Dak is 15 and 16. My whole squad is kids.
Nice.
You know, I mean, the area, my web girl, you know, Destiny, you know, she's in college.
Okay.
You know, soon to graduate, but I'm already putting them to work. Everybody that's doing anything for the brand right now is a kid.
Nice.
So they already, and the cool thing about Cam, EJ, Deuce, and Dak, that, you know, Cam wants to be, the next Stephen A.
Okay.
or the next Stanford rep. Right. So he don't want to dribble basketball. Right. He want an interview.
Right.
EJ don't want to shoot a jump shot. He wants to be, you know, be sportscaster. Right. Same thing with Deuce and Dak.
Right.
You know.
And so you're giving them the opportunity now. So
they're already doing it.
Right.
You know, affiliated podcasts is run by kids.
Right.
You know, all my content, all my posts, everything is being put up by kids.
That's dope.
So I'm already putting them to work. I mean, we're going to do some groundbreaking things within basketball, and it's not just affiliated basketball was just the first sport.
Right.
You know, I'm partnered up with another guy with football that's going to head affiliated football.
Okay.
You know, Aaron does Top 100, so it's pretty much like Rivals.com where they pretty much rate all the high school players.
Okay. Yeah.
So you know, he's gonna head up affiliated football. I got I got baseball. I got another guy. Tim, my daughter plays lacrosse. Check it.
Right.
Tennis, golf.
Yeah, you're gonna be
hockey,
affiliated everywhere. That's
it's
yeah.
Every sport.
Right.
So it's not basketball. It happened to. I dropped affiliated basketball around March Madness.
Right.
So it just made sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So all the other sports are coming. You know, we graded launch affiliated football, where it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be little leaguers, middle school, high school football players.
Right.
You know, male, female. I recently got a call about female football, flag football that's coming to high school. So we're going to be covering that. So we're going to have kids, regardless of the sport, in every area. I'm going to keep putting them with the brand, with different things. You know, I'm looking for. I got Cam, I got EJ, I got Deuce, I got Dak. I need a female.
Okay.
If you a little girl, if your daughter want to talk about sports, she 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, she in high school, middle school, if she want to talk about sports, jump in my DM, because I'm looking for now. I need a female to go along with, you know, with my guys.
Right.
You know, I said, hey man, we need a female.
Right.
That's something different. You know, and like I said, this is a different lane that affiliate is going down with the kids.
Right.
And it's something that, you know, I'm passionate about.
Okay.
You know, so
yeah, you can tell too. And then like I like going through like, you know, footage and stuff like that, and just seeing that you're, like I said, you're not just in one city. So the fact that you're going from city to city and you're spreading the love across everybody. So you're like, okay, I see somebody that's, like you said, a regular person, but they like the sport. So you're like, okay, I can work with this child, you know. So I'm giving people opportunities and going everywhere. That's why I wanted to talk to you too, because even though you're here, he's here in Georgia, but I'm in South Carolina, and then like going from city to city and state to state, that's something that I like to do as far as traveling. So I wanted to be able to meet you, and then, you know, also try to do some type of partnership where if I'm seeing kids, or, you know, especially going through all the different sports, we'll be able to kind of send them your way and say, hey, come check this person out, or here goes some footage, you know what I'm saying? And you guys can like work that out as far as you and the parents and everything else, as far as affiliated. But I think it's very nice what you're doing. I think it's good for all the communities and just people in general, to give like the kids, like I said, another opportunity to look and say, hey, I can play these sports, but then there's other things that I can do along the way as well.
No doubt.
I want to touch on the affiliated, because I know we talked, I mean, affiliated is such a big thing now, so it's not just like the sports, but as far as the clothing line, when did you start doing affiliated clothing?
I launched affiliated, the clothing brand, Black Friday of 2020.
Okay.
That's when I launched it. I came out of the trucking industry. I did that for almost 10 years.
Okay.
And we went into a pandemic. I lost my mother.
Oh,
and I sat home. You know, I remember my wife coming up and said, okay, husband, what you going to do now? So, okay. I've been wearing my brand myself since about 2012.
Okay.
You know, I think you asked me earlier, you know, you saw a shirt that had the sayings on it. I jumped out there years ago.
Levels to the shit, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Years ago, I was doing apparel that had street names from where I grew up at.
Right.
And, you know, I was doing shirts with...
And where is that?
Portsmouth. I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Portsmouth, Virginia. Okay.
You know, so I started selling shirts that had whatever you wanted on.
Right.
So that was how I started, and you noticed that the tag on it said affiliated.
It said affiliated.
But the emphasis wasn't affiliated. It was whatever that shirt said.
Right.
So one of the things I decided I didn't want to do when I was saying, okay, I'm going to do affiliated, but I can't build a brand with a shirt that says Cavalier Man.
right,
or Queen City.
right.
Yes, I sold a lot of them. I made a lot of money selling those T-shirts.
Right.
But it was those individual orders. So the first thing I decided to do is say, okay, I'm gonna push the affiliated brand.
Gotcha.
So everything is going to say affiliated,
right?
Like you got on,
right?
You know?
Right.
So that was the first, because I was still getting calls like, man, can you put
something else on there?
Can you put Miami Gardens or Southside or Zone 4 on? And as hard as it was to turn that money down, I said, I can't build a brand like that.
Right.
Or I'm going to just be known as a brand that puts your name on a shirt.
Right.
You know, the name I want to be on the shirt is affiliated.
Got you.
You know, so at the end of the day, affiliated. Well, as tough as that choice was, you know, it's working.
Right.
It's working because the brand is growing as itself and is known as an affiliated brand. Where if you got a shirt that says Southside, they don't know it's an affiliated shirt.
Right.
Because the shirt said Southwest, Southeast, say, you know, whatever I was putting on. You know, so I wanted to build a brand, you know, and I tell people all the time, you know, like, where you going? You know, I look up to what Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Under Armour more so because a lot of people didn't see Nike started.
Right.
How Nike started. Because it started in the 70s.
It was already there. Yeah.
People didn't see Adidas.
Right.
People can look at Under Armour because we can look at
where it started.
Right. When there was no Under Armour.
Right.
And to zoom it even further in, people can remember when Under Armour wasn't even doing basketball. People knew Under Armour for compression and football.
Right. That was
Then here goes Steph Curry.
Right.
There goes Under Armour.
Right.
And I got a call one day. Like, Tim, well, how you gonna get these, you know, can you put some gear on these kids for these signing days? And I told them, I'm like, well, look, if you looking at what I'm doing with these kids, 4th grade, 5th grade, I mean, and my goal at the end of the year to have at least 300 kids.
Okay.
You know, so
by the end of this year.
By the end of this year.
Okay.
I'm at 3 in all sports.
Right.
Regardless of sports, my goal is 300 kids. So if first of all, the plan is not to just be a brand.
Right.
The plan is, if I got your son and I done had your son or daughter 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th, pretty soon I ain't telling them what. I'm family.
Family, right.
I'm family now.
Right.
So as these kids getting older, mind you, I pulled away from the college kids because I couldn't pay them.
Right.
So if I got 300, 400, 500 kids, and they eventually they going where?
Right. College, yeah.
Okay. Eventually, I ain't gonna be able to make it to all these signing days. It's gonna be hundreds of signing days for me to go because that's an affiliated kid.
Right.
And to pull it up even further, you know, all it takes is one kid.
Right.
All it takes is one kid that's making that jump to that next level to turn down Nike could say,
nah,
I'm affiliated.
Right.
Where were you when I was in the 5th grade?
Right.
Nike wasn't there. Under Armour wasn't there when I was in the 5th grade. And Uncle Tim, that's what they call me now, Uncle Tim. Uncle Tim was sending me gear and coming to my game and doing all this other stuff. Now y'all can come out of the blue because I'm the guy,
right?
Or I'm the girl,
right. So
my thing is, I'm building not just a brand, I'm building relationships. Right. I'm gonna be a family member.
Gotcha.
You know, because I'm gonna go the extra mile. You know, with my kids, I'm gonna call them my kids because they are.
Right.
You know, and I tell parents I'm gonna be influential.
Right.
In the child, in the raising of our child.
Right.
You know?
right.
Cause that's what it is.
Right.
I care about grades. I check in with them. Hey, how you doing? High school.
Right.
You know, and then I'll get to what they doing on the courts.
Right.
But I'm more concerned about, you know, how they're doing in school and what they're doing in the community.
Right.
I'm gonna stress my kids. They got to do something in the community to give back.
Nice. Yeah, that's important too. That's something that we do. We have Simply Wisdom Incorporated, my son and I. And with Simply Wisdom Incorporated, I was telling him, being that he's in high school, I would like him to have other high school students come and just volunteer. There's so many different programs available for students to volunteer, but they just don't tap into it. So I'm like, it's beneficial for the community, but then it's beneficial for the child because they get volunteer hours, and it goes back to school. So it's like one big circle. But you pulling them in at such a young age and then showing them like, hey, yeah, you guys can do sports and you can wear affiliated gear, but yeah, there's something you can do in the community too to give back. That's perfect.
No doubt. And to tap in and to talk about the community, I started, like I said, I lost my mom,
right.
Prior to the pandemic, and my mom was always wanted to, Timmy, give back. So in honor of my mother, I started affiliated with Hope. Okay. So affiliated with Hope is to give back.
Nice.
Is giving in the community. I went home prior to going back to school, and I gave away a couple of hundred backpacks with school supplies and everything in them.
Nice.
To the kids. Mm-hmm. So, and we're gonna do more. I'm partnering with other organizations, right, to give back. Like I said, we're gonna be doing some free basketball camps. Okay. I'm gonna be doing some free football camps. Same thing in all the different sports. Like I said, it's not just basketball. Right. It's gonna be all sports.
Affiliated across the board.
So, the kids, they're coming in. I'm an infant. Right. I'm a baby right now. So they're going to grow with the brand. Right. And my plan is to grow the brand and hire my own kids. Right. So that's why I said I want kids to. You ain't got to shoot a basketball, throw a football, baseball, whatever. If you do anything, right, I want them a part of affiliated, because I'm gonna need anything. I'm gonna need publicists, right, marketing, advertising, yep, everything that a business needs. I'm going to need to run the affiliated brand. Right. So,
and who better to do it than with kids? Because their minds are always open, so they be thinking things you don't even think of sometimes.
I'm learning from my young team. Mm-hmm. I'm learning. I tell them every day, man, look, you guys are teaching me, right? Because I don't know. I don't know about TikTok and right. So that's why I'm surrounding myself with these kids, right, because they got their finger on the pulse. Exactly. So and this is crazy. I tell them, I tell Ken, I tell EJ, look, y'all job is to make me look good. My job is to make y'all rich. Right, right. And that's the plan.
One hand washes the other.
They gonna make me look good, and I'm gonna make them rich.
Right, right, exactly. That's dope. I think that's so interesting. Like, I think that's a good way of molding too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can let them be themselves. Yes. So they can do them. They can, like you said, if you're pulling kids in that are not interested in the sport, but they want to do something else, you're giving them the opportunity. Exactly. So it's perfect. I love it. There's so many people, especially when it comes to men and women. Some men, they just want to push the men, the boys to the sports for the football and the basketball. Exactly. And then the women, they be like, oh, yeah, my child's going to do cheerleading, this, that, and the other. But if you give them the opportunity to tell you kind of like what they want to do, then they're going to be more interested in it. Exactly. So I think that's neat. Yeah, I like that. I like that concept. And I like the fact that you are using the kids. Like I said, they know everything. They know everything. My son, he just checked in a few minutes ago, and he definitely, he's always telling me what I need to do, or change this or take this off, or if I'm doing something in my business, he's like, oh, that doesn't need to go on your business page. Put that somewhere else.
Who knows it better than them?
Right. Ask him to speak on collaboration over competition, and I tell him, I said, what's up? That's P. Alexander Ware.
P.
He said, speak on a collaboration over competition.
So and that's something that P and myself, AP and myself talked about. Mm-hmm. You have so many brands, right? And they think it's a competition.
Yes, they do.
But it's not. And AP and myself, and he be like, man, it's not competition. It's collaboration over competition. Mm-hmm. So collaboration over competition is exactly what it is. Is brands collaborating, working together. Mm-hmm. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's it's a vast market.
Right.
It's a vast market.
Really
I
is.
mean, you think that, and I know for a fact that the Polos, the Ralph Laurens,
right,
the Tommy Hilfigers, the Nauticas, them guys golf.
right, yeah, they go and do stuff
They
together.
golf together.
Yeah, they talk about stuff. Business ideas.
They collab.
Yeah.
It's just not in a setting that we see.
Right.
But I know. I mean, I dig deep. I go find articles.
Right.
And like you know, all these guys. They was up on there on a multi-million-dollar yacht.
Right.
And it was it was funny. I was looking, and it was Ralph Lauren. It was the guy for Ralph Lauren,
right,
the guy for Nautica, Tommy Hilfiger.
That's how you do it.
Those brands, they was out hanging out,
right,
for a weekend where they was shooting, where they was playing golf,
right,
and just gambling, smoking cigars, and doing what they do.
That's it's nice. I mean, it's kind of crazy that the pandemic happened, the outbreak, and the shutdown of the country, the world, pretty much, because it affected everybody. But during that time is where I like to do a lot of community stuff as well. But it's nice to be able to see so many people use their mind and start businesses, or to take their brand and make it, go from one transition to another, and make it bigger than what it should be, because they was like such a rut. But then pandemic came, and it's like, what, I have time to focus, and really make this brand bigger than where it needs to be. So during that time frame, that's what I started realizing, is all these different brands popping up left and right. And I usually try to go out there and find companies that are, they're about their brand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, this person's really like, it could be a small business or it could be a big business. I don't care what their numbers are doing. I'm just trying to see what they're trying to do with their business and what they're trying to do when it comes to their business, their brand. Like yourself with the community and doing the basketball and then going to different sports, working with the kids. Like you're taking your brand and you're making it from here and you're making it this big. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good look. You're setting a trend. That's why that song that I picked, I was like, oh, you're setting a trend, so, and you had it on one of your songs on your, advertising. So I was like, oh, that's the perfect song. Because if people, and I'm going back to the collaboration part, if people work together and they do use their business minds and say, hey, let's get together and work this out where we can do stuff, we could drop stuff on the same day. We could, we can promote stuff at the same time. You could cross promote. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be making money. So you're not taking away from somebody. You're actually helping each other out. And that's something I wanted to do. Like, I don't do clothes. I wear them, but I don't do clothes at all. I have so many so many things going on in my mind as far as like advertising and promotions and different things you can do as far as business goes. But I'm like, okay, if I could just take all like 5 companies or like the top 10, you know what I'm saying? So if you do like the top 10 and promote them and have everybody working together, man, you know how much money can be made? Exactly. Because everybody will be working with different mindsets and then say, hey, I learned this. I picked up this advertising. Anytime I learn something new and I know a business owner, I'll shoot it to their DM real quick because I'm like, hey, this might be helpful for them. It might not help me, but it might help them. Exactly. But collaborating and working together as a team when it comes to businesses is the best way to go because you're not being stingy. You're not being selfish. You're not saying, oh, I'm going to hold this to myself. And you don't have to share every little thing. But if you share business-minded tips, exactly, then everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. Exactly. So I think that's a good thing. He said you're not official unless you're affiliated. That's what's up. Hey, everybody else that just joined in, welcome. Today we are interviewing Tim Mitchell with Affiliated. We were talking about Affiliated basketball, and we're also talking about Affiliated, the clothing line, and where it started and where it has progressed. So if you guys have not had a chance to check out the website, make sure you go check out the website. It's called shopaffiliated.com, right?
Yeah. No doubt.
Shopaffiliated.com. And then you can use the promo code Boss Lady. That's my name, BOSSLADI, for a promo code for a discount. So if you're on here, make sure you check out the website. That's shopaffiliated.com. It will be in the bottom in the description later on, so you guys can go check out the website. Make sure you support. You see what he has going on when it comes to this company and his brand and what he's doing for the community. And not just his community, communities all over the world. Finding basketball players, kids all over that play different sports. He's starting off with basketball. He's moving his way forward into different areas and different fields. So make sure you guys stay tuned and find out more about what's going on. P. Alexander said, proud of you, my guy. Keep grinding. So, yeah. So, going forward, okay. So you already said you're going to be jumping into the different sports. Next is going to be football.
Yes.
You're going to be teaming up with somebody to work that field, so it's going to be affiliated with football.
Yes.
So everything as far as the clothing line and because I've seen stuff on there on your website for basketball already.
Yeah.
So every time you add a new sport, you're going to also have it on the website as well, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so then you'll be able to go to shopaffiliated.com,
Exactly.
find all the stuff to support the different sports. And then do you have I didn't see that on your page. Do you have a donation page?
That's going to be on the Affiliated with Hope.
Okay.
Affiliated Hope. I just started. I'm working with an individual that's helping to create the Affiliated Hope nonprofit.
Gotcha.
So all of that's going to be tied in with Affiliated with Hope.
Okay.
I'm going to partner with some, my grandmother passed of breast cancer, so I'm thinking of who I want to partner with.
Right.
I just had another close friend of mine who mom passed with dementia, so it's a lot of organizations
right.
that we're thinking about going to. Well, one thing, the word is affiliated.
Right.
So I'm working on the affiliations
right.
with these different organizations,
right.
whether it be United Way, breast cancer, or leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be affiliated with various organizations, and you will be able, like I said, I'm going to it's Affiliated with Hope will have its own webpage.
Okay.
That's I already got it, affiliatedwithhope.com.
Right.
So that's going to be its own webpage, and you'll be able to go there and see what causes that we're affiliated with, what we're doing, everything we'll do in the community. It'll be posted to that page.
Nice. And
you can go and follow. I already got a IG for it's Affiliated with Hope. Okay. On IG. So, like I said,
all his affiliations will be listed on this page as well. So make sure you guys just stay tuned. I will put the stuff that I already know. I'll put on the bottom of here, and then as stuff gets added, I'll make sure I go back and update it, along with a follow-up interview with Tim as well. Official interview. Great job, love. Thank you. I appreciate it. So that's something I like to do is do donations. I did go ahead and get my affiliated gear, so y'all see me rocking my affiliated gear, but I did order some affiliated gear for support as well. I will work with you going forward too, as far as doing some stuff for different communities, especially when it comes to the kids. I love working with the kids, doing stuff for the kids. We have a lot of stuff that's coming up. I have a couple of tours that I'm doing and different things in different communities. So as we go around, I'll make sure before I leave today, from Atlanta, that I get some of your promo stuff, you have flyers, business cards, stuff like that, because when I have events, I always pass out information. So anybody that I rock with, anybody that I work with, interview, I always pass along information for other people. And if you ever see something, whether it's on my page or if you just hear something and it has my name attached to it and you want to know more information about it, feel free to ask me, because I'm quick to be like, oh, let me ask this person if I can give you their contact, and I'll shoot the contact info. So going forward, is there anything else you would like to share with your followers? I'm going to be tagging you on here, so it'll be able to be widespread as far as the interview goes. Any boost of confidence, information you want to give out, any motivational speech you want to give, anything like that?
Well, I mean, wow.
I know you could probably say a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this could go on another hour.
Right.
But as far as the brand, like you say, we get ready. The summer line is coming out May 27th. Okay. Be on the lookout for that.
I heard that May 27th.
May 27th. We doing our the workout line is called Flex.
Okay. I just ordered some. Yeah, so I can't wait to try it out, because I go in workout mode starting Mondays.
The workout line is called Flex. Mm-hmm. So I'm working really hard on that, because health and fitness is very important. Right. I mean, we losing a lot of I lost a lot of friends at that's young in age. Right. So the health thing is very, very important. So You know, I'm a partner with a fitness instructor, husband and wife team, and they're going to give tips. They're going to first, they're going to be wearing the gear.
Right.
And they're going to be doing a health part of the health and fitness part of the brand.
That'd be dope.
You know, so like I say,
kind of like affiliated workouts.
Exactly. You know, so it's a lot of different moving parts with this. You know, I mean, the podcast. Well, like I said, that's run by Cam, EJ, Deuce, and Dak. You know, so the affiliate podcast, they shooting every week. So each one of the kids that's a part of affiliated basketball is coming on. They're being interviewed just like you're interviewing me.
Right.
You know, and they're talking about what
I've seen some of their interviews. I was like, they're pretty good. And I'm like, I wonder if they come up with, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, they must come up with their own questions because like it's like kid friendly, but and they're asking like they're from their point of view.
Who better to interview a kid than another kid?
Right.
I mean, it might be cool for you to interview Lala, but Cam is 12. She's 12.
Right.
They got more
in common.
Right. Than our old selves.
Right.
You know,
well, I'm not old. I'm not old, but he said he's old, so I'm just gonna let him go ahead and claim that. But yeah.
Hey, with being old come much wisdom.
Okay, well I am wise, so I will take that I am old.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, the affiliated podcast, you know, run by my team of young kids.
Right.
You know, so you know, they're shooting weekly,
right?
And like I said, you know, I was showing you out there where we're gonna do we'll be able to shoot live.
Right.
What else we got coming up? A lot of basketball camps coming up in the summer. Football camps coming up in the summer. Right. Launching the different divisions, because each sport is a division of affiliated.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's coming. Man. What else?
A lot.
Man, it's a lot to build a brand.
Right.
It's a lot to build a brand, and you know, and this is all I do. This is what I do. This is my passion, and like I said, you know, people look at what I'm doing, and I tell people, affiliate is a baby.
Right.
You know, it's only, you know, I launched it Black Friday of 2020. So it's 14, 15 months old.
Right.
You know, so the brand is less than 2 years old.
Right.
So
but you're making waves though, so
I tell people all the time, you can't give baby a tube belt and a time card.
Right.
You gotta give baby a pacifier.
Right.
You gotta burp them and give them, you know, what I tell a guy the other day, you know, when a baby comes, you gotta give him formula. Mm-hmm. So right now, is the formula.
Right.
You know, right now is the formula for the brand.
Gotcha.
To make it grow. So all of these parts that I'm putting together is a part of a formula.
Nice.
And you, like I said, once you give them the formula, it's gonna grow.
Right.
And they'll get off that. You know, they'll still carry on what they got out of that formula.
And go to the next level.
As they grow. You know, but you know, my message is to, you know, you can do anything that you put your mind to.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, take that idea that you got and do it. You know, most people say, "Oh, I don't have time," or "I don't have the money," or whatever.
Right.
No, you know, just do it, because if you putting 8 hours in on somebody else's job, and you putting more than 8 hours, because you got to drive to work hour, you got to work your 8 hours, you got to drive home. So then you not giving them 8, you give them 10, 11, 12 hours.
Right.
If you take a fraction of that time and put into your idea, you know, and I tell people all the time, you know, they're like, "Oh, do you miss the trucking? Do you miss the money?" No. I make very simple.
Right.
Very simple.
Right.
If I sell $127 worth of affiliated a day, I can pay myself what I made after taxes, doing what I did that took all of my time.
Right.
You know, just break it down.
Right, simple math.
Know?
That's why I've been saying simple math.
It's simple math.
Right.
So you don't think that you can take your idea, you know, and let's say you make $18 or $20 an hour or whatever that. So you trying to tell me you can't take your idea and make $100? You took that item that you took your time with,
right,
and you sell that item for $50.
Right.
You had to go and work on your job 3 or 4 or 5 hours to make that, just to get that. When you can make that selling one item of the idea,
right,
that you done came out with.
Absolutely.
So just jump out there.
You
know, my mom said, you just had to have a faith of a mustard seed, which
right,
is very, very,
small.
very, very small.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid to get out to jump out there and work your idea. Put your idea put your idea to work.
Right.
And it'll work for you.
I be telling people all the time, trust the process. You gotta trust the process. Yeah, if you believe in something and you put forth the effort and you give it that time, like you said, time is everything. So if you give it that time, then it will definitely grow and it'll do what it needs to do.
Exactly.
Like I used to have a friend that spent most of their time on social media, and I'm like, if you spend that amount of time on social media, if you took that time and you put that into what you really wanted to do, like, you could be a millionaire. Yeah. But you're taking your time and you're using it in the wrong areas. So, yeah, it's all about timing, and it's about doing what you need to do to get that mustard seed to grow properly.
Exactly.
So, but, yeah, I appreciate your words of wisdom to people out there. So if you guys didn't hear it, make sure y'all go back and listen to that. Words of wisdom is, take that mustard seed, plant it, grow it. Take the time, put it into it. Everything starts off as a baby, so make sure you feed that baby some formula, help it grow properly, and do what it needs to do. So thank you all for tuning in. If you guys have any further questions for Tim Mitchell, feel free to make comments on this post that I'm going to post right immediately afterwards, and he will follow up with you guys directly. I appreciate you guys for joining in. I'm not going to get off right away because I'm going to go through and just do a walkthrough of all his stuff that he has in here. Make sure you go to the website. It's shopaffiliated.com, and you can use promo code BossLadyStar. That's BossLadyStar. But give me 1 second. I'm going to do a flip real quick. I'm going to show you guys some of the gear. You guys can also go to the website. Once again, it's shopaffiliated.com, and I will let you guys go after that. So give me 1 second to take this thing down and show you guys a couple of items. So give me a minute. I hate this flipping thing. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Is there anywhere you believe? Okay, this is off limits. All right, I'm just gonna start from one side, go around. Okay. I was like, and some people like, yeah, don't show this. So, yeah. So as you guys can see, he has a little bit of everything. So make sure you guys go and check out the website and get y'all gear. Affiliated. Got the pants, the jack leggings, the shorts, basketball shorts. Well, up here is the
Tech Fleece shorts.
Tech Fleek.
Yeah, Tech Fleece regular shorts.